I really want to nail him, so keep your eyes peeled for any oddities or quirks.
Hi, it's me, Stan.
There's one. What do I win?
Hi, Dorothy. It's me, Stan. Truth be told, on my top 5 of all time TV shows, up there is Golden Girls. And Stan Zbornak was one of them. You know, he was a fictional character, although we probably know some of these guys in real life. His real name was Herbert Edelman. He is Dorothy Zbornak's sleazy and rather annoying ex-husband from the TV show Golden Girls. According to Sophia Petrillo, he was a yutz, which many characters, including his own mother, called him. So, the backstory goes, is Dorothy was became pregnant during a one-night stand in a Chevy at a drive-in movie. Dorothy claimed the only reason she went out with him is because he was claimed he was being shipped off due to Korea and would probably die. And so it was kind of a sympathy kind of a date. In one episode, they said to have honeymooned in Miami, while another was said to be the Poconos. He stayed married to Dorothy for 38 years of marriage, but he had affairs with his secretary and one-night stands with a waitress and another woman. He left Dorothy after he had an affair with a flight attendant named Chrissy. Whom he later married and divorced. Stan was also married to a woman named Catherine, but that marriage also disintegrated. Dorothy had her own terms for him. She called him a dirtbag, barf bag, yellow-bellied sleazeball, and a big bald girl, among various other sayings. On numerous occasions, Dorothy also lamented his inconsistency at making love, namely his timing. In fact, the first encounter resulted in a pregnancy, it's said, by Dorothy to have only taken 3 seconds. So it was a 3 seconds that Dorothy never would forget. So, Stan made his first appearance on the show in the first season, attending the wedding of his and Dorothy's daughter, Kate. At this point, Dorothy was still extremely resentful towards her ex and confronted him after the ceremony to give him a piece of her mind. This stemmed from the fact Stan had decided to have his lawyer call Dorothy and tell her he was getting a divorce after leaving her, which Stan couldn't do face-to-face with Dorothy. This seemed to clear the air somewhat, and Dorothy's hatred gradually softened into mild annoyance where Stan was concerned. At one point, Stan sought Dorothy for comfort when Chrissy left him for a younger woman. He and Dorothy subsequently had a one-night stand with each other, but didn't lead to a reconciliation. Stan made several appearances on the show from time to time, usually showing up on the doorstep saying his trademark lines, "Hiya, babe, it's me." Or it's, "Hi, it's me, Stan," which result in the door being slammed in his face or Dorothy uttering a cry of exasperation. Stan would always come to the house whenever something had gone wrong in his life, which happened often, and he needed money, which also happened often, and when he needed money, and when he didn't need all of that, when he needed Dorothy's shoulder to cry on. Dorothy, albeit reluctantly, would usually offer advice or words of sympathy, with the occasional barb thrown in for good measure. Sophia Petrillo, Dorothy's mother, downright hostile to him. Never deflated the oblivious Stan, however. Novelty salesman he was, and not a successful one. In one episode, he becomes homeless and broke after he loses all his money in a bad deal. Now, his brother, Theodore, Ted, was a successful doctor who owned several shopping malls. Ted revealed he had a crush on Dorothy and kissed her, which made Stan jealous. When Ted asked Dorothy to babysit kids belonging to a woman whom he wants to date, Stan is overjoyed while she is offended. Dorothy agrees with Blanche, who also had one date with Ted. He's a jerk. The rapport that these two, Dorothy and Stan had was comedic. Great timing. Stan played the character well, with a sleazy mustache to go along with it. You always thought that they would get together, right? That they would reconcile. That's where it was leading. It's one of those things we kind of thought that Kevin would get together with Winnie, and it never happened. This is, I think, one of those relationships. I believe Betty Edelman was Herbert's sister. Died at 62. I believe it was emphysema which caused him to pass. You know, the one good thing that Stan had in his life was, the marriage to Dorothy, and he threw it all away. They were married for a very long time. And I think he realized that. But he tried to gain it back, but he was just naturally, and I don't think the character would do it intentionally or maliciously. He was just a dingbat that never really thought about what he's doing before he's doing it. It's never like he was malicious. He was just maybe not thinking things through. Herbert played Stan, had also other sequences, other film credits. Nominees, Primetime Emmy Awards, 87, 88, for outstanding guest actor in a comedy series. He was nominated for it. Played in Odd Couple, The War Between Men and Women, The Way We Were, The Front Page, Hearts of the West, California Suite, Cracking Up, Wheels on Meals, The Naked Truth, Cops and Roberts. TV, he had a lot as well. Fall Guy, Paper Chase, Highway to Heaven, Hardcastle, McCormick, Golden Girls, 26 episodes, Matlock, Beauty and the Beast, The Famous Teddy, Out of This World, LA Law, The Mommies, It was the Golden Palace as well. One episode, and I think that the Golden Palace was a spin-off of Golden Girls. I think how that episode ended, if I remember correctly, he was on that one episode where it was for tax evasion, and he was doing something with his taxes, and long story short, he comes there and visits Sophia. Sophia's like, Stan, don't do it, or else you're dead to me. And he was committing some type of illegal fraud, or illegal what it was, and he was going to hide out and believe in out of the U.S. for tax evasion or something, changing his identity, something to that extent. But that's how. Then don't quote me on it, but I believe that's how it ended with the Golden Palace. His ending. Rest in peace, both to Herbert and Betty Edelman. Herbert Edelman, best known as Stan from Golden Girls. I do want to find a cemetery. It's actually Springfield Gardens, Montfort. Best way to find it, Google it, obviously, but it's gate 234. You can see the gate right there. The gates are numbered, not the best, but they are numbered. If you look on the street signs there, and it's section, section, well, I'll get back to you. So you see the gate here. Don't go through the gate. Go through the opening right there where you see the silver car. Gate, silver car, and then you go straight back there. Probably the first 3 rows you'll find it. But this is actually near the intersection of, I'll tell it to you right now. Its closest one is lane M. Nope, wait. Lane M, section 13. Gate 234. Right down there. Hope all is well. Gate 324 is a section where Herbert Edelman's Stanley Zbornak is located. 324. Follow the opening right here. Better way. There's an opening right here. That's the gate opening. Go straight back there until take the sidewalk. The sidewalk ends. It's all grass, and you're probably looking at 3 or 4 rows in. Full as well.
I get one for you too, Dorothy. Really? From the moment that worm slithered into your life, I knew he was no good. What kind of a man has so little respect for the institution of marriage that he can cheat on a wonderful woman and jump into bed with the first available bimbo who comes along?
But enough about you, Stan.
Well, I gotta go now. I'm on my way to surprise Catherine with this. What do you think?
I think Lisa Bonet spent more on the ring than her nose.
Don't listen to her, Stanley. It's beautiful. I'm sure Catherine will love it.
You mean it?
Not a word.
Babe, it's a real diamond. What's wrong with it?
I think the more appropriate question is, where is it?
Okay, the diamond's not very big. Okay, it's not a real diamond. It's a thought that counts. Okay, I didn't put much thought into it. It was cheap. I'm cheap. What can I tell you? You look fantastic.
Please, Stan. No hugging, no kissing. Let's just do it and get it over with.
Sounds like the last few years of our marriage.
I wish it was that good.
You will never guess what I went out and bought today. It's got white wall tires, original upholstery, and it's the same one we took to our senior prom.
Stan, that's impossible.
No, Dorothy, don't give up. We'll get this.
Seeing Dorothy again made me realize how superficial my relationship with you really was. Sure, the sex was great. Terrific, actually. But it's okay with Dorothy, too. She never could hold her liquor. Morning.